So, guys, today is a new day, and welcome back to Rush Online. Um, Today on the Hard Talk, I'll say this is a part two of the Hard Talk with Mr. Asante, an executive member of the Apex Group of Ghana. So, please, if you subscribe to the channel, like, and please share this video. Please share this video. That's one of the best things you can do to support. Please share it so it goes viral, so it reaches wider audience and all that. So and we will be grateful. So we're going to be continuing from where we left off the last time. But first of all, Mr. Santi, Um, thank you for your time the last time, and thanks for all the explanations and your submissions and all that. Um, do you have anything to say to the audience before we begin today's program?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me on your program, and I cherish it. And I would like to say hi to all the noble members of Apex Citizens of Ghana. I read under your comment section of the program that we had, someone was saying I should speak Chi because he doesn't understand English. Well, for the benefit of all Ghanaians and those who will be listening from afar, because this is, I think, it's not only Ghanaians who are listening to you. So please, whoever made that comments, please forgive us. Maybe some of them I will try to interject or intersperse our conversation with our Tree language so that the person will be able to understand one or two things in it. So please forgive us. Whoever made that comments, please do forgive us. Maybe we shall run another program that will be only in our local dialect. That is true.
All right, thank you. And first of all, please, in the comment section in the previous video, I realized some people were asking, how can they join Apex and all that. Please, if you want to join Apex, you can take the number on your screen, and just send a WhatsApp message, you know, requesting to join Apex, and we'll take it on from there. So that's the numbers on the screen. Mr. Asante, please, can you tilt your device a bit? Mhm.
Is it okay now? Is it okay?
Yeah, better. Yes,
Okay.
please. And I realized one thing also. Some people call them were like um they are in disbelief of the Igbo king we were talking about in the previous video, having sub chiefs and and all that. So let me put this right here to those who are in disbelief. So here are the royal council members of the Igbo king. So it states royal council members, Eze Udo, and palace chiefs. So that's some of the elders and the sub chiefs of the Igbo king. I think
And
let me.
not forgetting, he has a chief of staff.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
of
yeah.
them is a chief of staff. Yeah. And so
So
if you
here
live in
they are.
someone's country with
Mhm.
such a an arrangement, then what do you think you are trying to do?
Mm-hmm. So let me try and see if I can get their images one by one on the screen so you see them and their titles, you know. So let's start with, let's say, the first one. Okay, so there's the first one, and he goes by the name High Chief Ukechukwu, High Chief Ukechukwu Emebolu Onowu Ndị Igbo, Ghana. And the next one, that's Eze Samuel Ikezi Eze Udo Sempe. So meaning this is the chief of Sempe. No,
Yeah.
it's sub chief.
Sempe Manche. Sempe Manche.
Yes, yes. Igwe Sempe.
Yeah.
This is Igwe Sempe. Then the next one. That's Eze Kennedy, Guinea Kanwa, Eze Udo Lankwantana. So whenever you come across Eze, it means chief. So chief of Lankwantana. Okay, so let's move to the next. I'm taking my time to, you know, show all this, so those who are in disbelief will get to know that, you know, it's no joke. It's a whole council. Yeah, this is Eze Chukuma Ukaigbo, Eze Udo Adenta Adonteman, meaning chief of Adonteman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know where that's
I don't think
that place is located.
I don't think probably will be somewhere around Kofodio area there. I don't know, but omonim beka so mo ya abrafo. So unim abrafo.
Yeah.
Omonim omo te sa abrafo pepepe.
The next one is Eze Anyim Victor. Eze Anyim Victor. That's Eze Udo Aflao Ghana, meaning one of his sub chief at Aflao. So chief of Aflao of the Igbos in Ghana. Followed by Eze Goodluck Utada. That's Eze Udo elect Ayawaso traditional area. So that's a sub chief at Ayawaso, you know, traditional area. And the next one is the Dr. Chinedu Kingsley JP. Is the Igbo
Central region.
1 Central region. That's the sub chief at Central region. The next one. Do you think I should go through all of them?
No, not necessarily. Maybe, I don't know, for your viewers, but not necessarily. You can, so, yeah.
Okay, let me show this last one. Eze
Okay.
Dr. Dennis Abuchi Oha. That's Eze Udo Kaswa, Central Region. So even in Central Region, meaning they have two. One
Yeah.
that represents Kaswa in the other part of Central Region.
Mm.
So this is the chief of Central Region. Under the Eze what's his name? I've even forgotten. The Igbo
Mm.
king. Yeah. Let
Yeah.
me just put it that way.
Ihinetu.
Mhm. Yeah, in Hene
Chukwudi
too.
Ihinetu.
And there are more. I have more. I can't run through all of them because of time, But but
Yeah.
I'm just showing you this. So, it's no joke and
Yeah.
it's a serious business. Yeah. So here they are, the Royal Council members, Udo and Chief Palace Chiefs. I think the last one is I think is somewhere Adenta or so. Yeah, something like that. Uh, so here they are. And speaking of the Igbos, I think I would like to play this so everybody will know one of the reasons why we are not comfortable, or let's say majority of Ghanaians are not comfortable with the Igbos. And I think let me play this for others to also say. This is the coronation of, I think, the Adenta, when they were installing the Adenta chief. Okay. So this is the coronation of the Kwabenya Kwabenya. So this is like I was saying, when they were installing the Kwabenya chief, like this is the coronation he attended and made that possible. So that's them displaying their culture there. And to end it all, I think let's listen to this, then we start. So people will
Okay.
understand why
About the Igbos.
we
Could
are.
you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee. Because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever.
Yeah, Mr. Santi.
Okay, that was.
Yeah,
I think
do you have anything to say? Yeah, do you have anything to say before we move to the main topic?
I think that's one of the leaders whose name. What's the name? I've forgotten the name. Is I don't remember, but well, maybe during this now I'll tell you.
Ahmed something. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a Nigerian. Telling someone
Yeah, I think
about
that the name is Ahmed Bello. Ahmed Bello.
Ahmed Bello, Ahmed Bello or something like that.
Yeah, Ahmed
Yeah,
Bello.
during the interview, he was talking about the Igbos and how cunning they are, if I'm permitted to use that word. Well, if you look at this man, this individual calling himself the Igbo king in Ghana, if you look at his behavior and his demeanor, it goes to confirm what this Ahmed is saying in the interview. And if you don't take care as Ghanaians, if we don't take care, this man is spreading his wing in such that I'm not a prophet of doom, but I can foresee this man in the next 8 years. Let's mark it on the wall. If we don't stop him from doing what he's doing, the next 8 years, this man is going to sponsor Nigerian-born children in Ghana, Nigerian children born in Ghana, in parliament. He's going to do that. And when he does that, they are going to do his bidding. They will win the elections because they are going to pump a lot of money into it. Let's hope that we stop him and it doesn't happen. Other than that, I don't know, maybe if I will be alive by then, I'll come to tell Ghanaians, I told you and you did not listen. He's going to sponsor Nigerian born children, how do you call it? Nigerian children born in Ghana to parliament the next 8 years. Because those children who were born the time that he came here, they will be somewhere around 20, 30, 35 years, and they can go to parliament. And they are going to do his bidding for his Igbo community and then for Nigerians at large. So here, we are in serious trouble. We see the how do you call it? The nonsense of the so-called Ecowas and Pan-Africanism propagated by some Ghanaians. They are still doing it. So this was
so what do you think about this Ecowas of a thing? Like, do you side with those backing Ecowas, or you side with those who thinks it's better Ghana exits from Ecowas, or what do you have
well, in my
to say about that?
personal opinion, Ghana should exit from ECOWAS. The ordinary Ghanaian, what has ECOWAS been the benefit to the ordinary Ghanaian? What are the benefits to the ordinary Ghanaian? No, nobody. Even let's say my grandmother or my uncle who lives somewhere in the mountains, somewhere in my area there, doesn't even know what ECOWAS is. And so what are the benefits? Well, say, who can come out to tell me the benefits that we are getting as Ghanaians? We have been taken advantage of. Now, let's talk about something here. Now, the population in Ghana, let's say, is about 34. It's estimated at 34.4 million. Now, the annual increase of our population is approximately somewhere around 1.89%. So the current birth rate in Ghana, according to the information that I have, is 3.3 children to a Ghanaian family. Now, according to Nigerians themselves, Nigerians living in Ghana are 5.5 million. That was somewhere around 2023 or 2024. So there might be more, but I think what I know, Nigerians living in Ghana, this is those who are legally living in Ghana. Those who are illegally living in Ghana, I've been told they will be numbered up to about 15 million. So if we even take this 5.5 million with an annual increase of 12%, because we see them coming all the time coming. Now, let's consider something here. The birth rate of Nigerians is about twice the figure of Ghanaians. That would be about 6.6 children to a family. So in the next 19 years, or let's take it the next 20 years, Nigerians in Ghana will outnumber the population of Ghanaians in Ghana on our own soil. If even we take the present population of Nigerians, that is 5.5 million living in Ghana. So just the next 20 years. So this raises a matter of concern. Power in Ghana, both economic power, political power, is going to be shifted from Ghanaians themselves on their own soil to Nigerians living in Ghana. And so the next 20 years, we're going to face serious problems in our country. Because you will go to a place, let's say you go to a bank, and you see a Nigerian who is the head of the bank there, the bank manager, and he will make sure he will employ his people. He will employ first, if he's an Igbo man, he's going to employ an Igbo. Then after that, he will consider probably a Yoruba person. Then later he consider a Hausa person. Then probably consider a Fulani. Before later, he will come and consider the Ghanaian, who is an indigenous person on his own soil with the same qualification. Yeah, with the same qualification. Let's say they all attended the same school, they came out with the same grade or qualification. But because the man, he is a Nigerian, an Igbo man, being the manager there, he is going to employ his own people because it is much easier to work with people from your own clan or your own place, people who speak your language. And let's not forget that this man is saying he's going to build a school, or he's built a school where he's going to teach Igbo children their language, going to use their Igbo language to teach their children on our own soil. And so, what is wrong with us? What are our leaders waiting for? You see, now in Ghana, there's a steep rise. Yeah. Now, go on.
Yeah. With regards to the language you were talking about, there was this one guy who called making the argument that we allow, like there are Chinese schools here, that there are German schools here, there are Spanish learned in studied in schools and all that. So what's wrong with the Igbo school teaching Igbo language and all that? And what do you have to say?
I attended the German school in Ghana. That school was established by the German government as technical aid to the Ghanaian government. So the school was not under the Ministry of Education, but it was under the Ministry of Local Government. I don't know if, as at now, the school is still under the Ministry of Local Government. Now, some of us, the students who were, let's say, brighter, those of us who usually after the exams, we come out first, second, third, we are always given German scholarships to come and study in German. And so before you come, you have to know some basics of the German language so that it will be easier for you. Because when you come to Europe, and every European nation, every European country has its own language. When you go to Italy, they speak Italian. You come to Germany here, they speak German. You go to Spain, they speak Spanish. So for a foreigner who is coming in here, should have some kind of basic knowledge of the German before you come up to A2. In Italy, they don't require that so much. It's not applied to tourists who are coming here. So the Chinese may have their school to train Ghanaian students who wants to go to Chinese, who wants to go to China to study, because that is the language they use there. Yeah. Now I remember in the 80s, 70s and 80s, when I was at the Polytechnic, and both technical and at the Polytechnic, some of my school friends were attending this Russian school. They call it I've forgotten the name. The German one was Goethe Institute, and the Russian one was I've forgotten. The name comes and it goes. Those who attended the school and they were serious, they were given scholarships to go to Russia to go and study. I can testify for that. Some of my mates and my friends, they went to Russia. I did not go because I didn't want to go to the Soviet Union at the time. And so why compare this type of schooling that is offering opportunities to Ghanaians to that kind of Igbo school that is training people to promote Igbo culture on someone's land? The two are not the same. Yeah, there's a quite a great difference between what this man is saying and what the other countries are doing. Do we have a Lebanese school in Ghana? No, we don't have it, because students don't go to Lebanon to study. Yes, and so where's the argument here?
Okay. Then? I heard in one of his videos explaining that they want to do so their kids won't forget their language because they are in a foreign land. And through the school, they will, it will give them the advantage to teach the kids their culture and all that, because they are away from home. What do you think?
You want to stay outside, and you don't want to stay on your land, but you want to, I have a friend in Italy. He says if he does not go to Ghana, he will bring Ghana to Italy. You say it. And so he doesn't want to live on his land in Nigeria, but he wants to bring Nigeria to Ghana. It's not possible. Now, I don't even know this craziness where it comes from. So Ghanaians come to how do you call it, Germany. Then they go and tell the German government that, oh, we want to establish a special school to teach our children so that they will not forget their how do you call it, their culture and all that. Now the thing is, if you want to preserve your culture, then stay in your country. Why go and live in someone's land and go and interfere? Now, in Ghana, we don't even allow local languages, local dialects to be used in our schools. So why should we allow him to use that language, which is not an indigenous tribe in Ghana, to be used in a school to teach people because they are Igbo children? This is that kind of the sense of entitlement that Nigerians, they always want. When they go to a place, they want to make laws, or they want the government to make laws to fit them. But we don't do that. We don't bend the law to fit you. You adapt yourself to the environment that you are in. Then they are not ready to integrate in the society. This Igbo man claims he's married to a Ghanaian, a Fanti woman from Biriwa and Mankesim, whether maybe the father or the mother from either side. He says the wife is a Fanti woman. He's living in Ghana. He lives in Accra. And for almost about 20-something years, he cannot even speak one Ghanaian language. Married to a Ghanaian woman, a Fanti woman. Fee is the most common thing that anybody who comes to Ghana can actually more or less speak. He cannot even speak one language. And you say you love that country. You love the country that way.
Yeah, I remember he said that in an interview at, I think, Kantanka TV.
Kantanka, yes. Kantanka, I watch it.
TV,
yeah.
And he was so, like, so I was surprised. You've been in Ghana for over 20 years and you were trying to say you still don't, you are not.
You don't understand it, then you cannot speak
not only
one language.
Speak the language. He doesn't even understand it. Then
meanwhile, you are sleeping. You are sleeping with
nothing but lies, you know.
Yes. Meanwhile, you are sleeping with a Ghanaian woman. You see, and here, let me take my Ghan brothers and sisters to task. Now, you are. Let's say the Ghans. There was a time Nitete interviewed me, and one Ghan man was saying why Nitete will allow somebody to come on the program to come and speak English. When I say I have lived in Tema or I grew up in Tema and my Ghan is not good. Now you are comfortable with somebody who comes all the way from Nigeria, several thousands of, let's say hundreds of kilometers from Nigeria, to come and stay on Ghan land. He will not learn your language. You induct him as a king, and you want somebody, your own brother, a Ghanaian, who has been with you and grew up with you, who understands your language but cannot speak it fluently, speaking a language that is common to all of us, and you are not comfortable with that. But you are comfortable with somebody who is coming to stay on your land, use his language to teach his children, and continue staying on your land. Where is the wisdom in this? I want Ghanaians to come and answer me this question.
You have a solid point. You have a solid point.
My brother, we have a problem. We have a problem. If we don't take this man, this Igbo man, I'm saying I'm not a prophet of doom. This Igbo man one day will make a golden palanquin, sit inside him during one of his this fucking excuse me the word, this festival that he's been organizing, and he will ask his people to carry him. If we don't stop this man, this is what he's going to do. In a palanquin on the wall, because he's always spreading his wings. If you listen to that interview conducted by that white man to this Ahmed or something like that,
Ahmed
the one we saw, the one we saw in black and white, he was telling you the character of the Igbos. And so this is what this man is doing. He came to Ghana selling bells and telephone accessories on the streets. He gets himself a Fanti woman. Only God knows how he came about with his wealth. And now he is building a kingdom on someone's soil. And we are there waiting and watching him to do it. One day we wake up and we realize that we are no more Ghanaians. We are no more. And here, you see, the seeds of what this nonsense we are seeing, excuse me to say, some people may not understand me, but the seeds of this Pan-Africanism and Ecowas and what, it was sold by our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Excuse me to say this way. I love our first president, but the moment he stood at Polo Grounds and declared the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa, that was the day the Ghanaian society got extincted. You see, this has become something.
How?
Because that was the day the seeds of our downfall as indigenous Ghanaians was sown, because it has been embedded in our brain to such a way that when anybody who comes to Ghana, we consider him as our brother, we open up our arms for the person, and the person takes advantage of us. There's nowhere in Africa that you will go and you will not be made to feel a stranger. Go to Ivory Coast. You'll be made to feel a stranger. Why? It's only in Ghana that people come and take us cheap, because our first president opened the doors to everybody to come to Ghana. And so we think those of us who grew up after independence, who were born in the 60s, 70s, we think that is the best thing to do. But it's not good. At least we have to change some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I love our first president. He was a man, a visionary man. But here, I totally disagree with him. He should at least try to protect us, the Ghanaians, the indigenous Ghanaians. I remember my mom or my my grandmom was telling me, Dr. Nkrumah was telling them to have more children because the population at that time was about 9 million. It was a good idea. But to actually allow so many people to come to Ghana and trying to make Africa a unitary state, that was wrong. How can we?
But one will also say, like, wouldn't that be the best if Africa could unite and, you know, take away all the borders to see Africa as one country instead of a continent with divided countries and all that?
Very good for
And
this
some are
question.
also making the assertion that back then, like, Africa was one, and that there were no boundaries and all that. So there wasn't any territories people were protecting and all that from each other, and that we were living in one big, like, you know, a Garden of Eden. Like, you know.
maybe there was one big Udum tree where all the Africans were living at the top. Maybe. Now, excuse me for the joke. Now, before the white man came, I said this in our last interview, in our first interview. I don't agree with people who advance such arguments. It's false. It's not true. Now, we had tribes like the Zulus in South Africa. We had the Kikuyu tribe in Kenya. Tanzania, they also had their tribes, and the Bantus in Rwanda, Uganda, and some parts in Kenya. And then you have the Sozes in South Africa. Now, when you come to West Africa, we have the Akans, and then we have the Yorubas, and the Hausas, and then the Tuaregs. And then when you go to the other side, you have even where we have Mali now, we have the Bambara, the Mandingos, and others. They were all tribes that had their land, and they protected their land. Anybody who tried to go to them, they will fight you. So why were we having this
Okay.
guerrilla warfare if there were no boundaries and Africa was just a unitary place where somebody can go here, go there, go there, go there? No, it was not like that. It is wrong. Now,
So like they had kingdoms and territories.
yeah, every kingdom had the Ghana Empire, like I said, was expanded to a certain portion, and they had their boundaries. Now, let's come back to this unitary Africa that our first president was propagating. Now, how can Nigeria alone has about 1,000 ethnic groups with different languages? The Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Benin people, Bende, or whatever you call themselves, with different languages. These people, even in Nigeria, do not agree among themselves. So how can a Kikiyu tribe become one with a Fulani with different culture, different background, different language, different way of life? So this unitary Africa can never work. It can never work. When you go to Kenya, I have friends who are from Kenya. They have the Kikiyu tribe and the tribe that Obama's father comes from. There are two major tribes there. They don't even agree among themselves. Well, not that they are fighting, but that kind of friction is always there. Kenya, they have the Bantus who think that Uganda, Rwanda, and some parts of Zaire, and these Bantus, they think they are special people. Sorry. And so they are always fighting. Museveni is a Bantu. And Ogakame is also a Bantu. And so the two of them team up together. They liberated Rwanda, and Kagame is the president there. And we have the same Bantu, which is a small ethnic tribe in Zaire. And the Ugandans and the Museveni and Rwanda, how do you call it, Paul Kagame of Rwanda, they want the Bantus, the Bantus in Zaire, to rule the Zaireans there, though they are the minority. And that is why this war, apart from what the Chinese and the Americans are doing there, this tribal conflict is also the reason why they are fighting. And so how can we be one? How can Africa be a unitary nation? Even the Ethiopians and the Eritreans, they say they are not Africans, they are Arabs. When you go to the north, the Maghreb states, the Berbers and those in Libya and how do you call it, Tunisia and others, they don't consider themselves as Africans. They consider themselves as Arabs. And so how can we be one? How? Somebody should come and explain.
So when it comes to ECOWAS, the agenda the ECOWAS member states are pushing is for Africa or for ECOWAS to have one passport. And we all know Nigeria alone is being, red flag in a whole lot of countries.
Yeah.
So do you think the one ECOWAS passport is something that is going to be an advantage to the whole of West Africa, or might probably be only benefiting just one people, which is the Nigerians, because if we are all using the ECOWAS passport, meaning if I'm holding an ECOWAS passport, you like on the passport, it doesn't,
state your nationality.
I don't know whether there's going to be, I don't know whether the nationality is going to be embedded in it or not. But what do you think about that narration? Like, that idea. Do you think it's something laudable or?
No, 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 no. It's not laudable. Now, I don't know the true facts of what they are trying to do. I know they are pushing for one currency, but sorry, but I know they are pushing for one currency, but to have one single passport where the nationality will not be stated in one's nationality will not be stated in the passport, that I don't know. Now, we Africans, we like to copy and paste without actually sitting down, looking at things, and then see whether the thing will work for us or it will not work for us. But all what we see, oh, the Europeans are doing it, so let's do it. Oh, the Americans are doing it, let's do it. Oh, the British are doing it, let's do it. Oh, when you go to Japan, they are doing it, so let's do it. Now, let's come back to the EU. I live in Europe, so I know something about the EU. The Maastricht Treaty that brought in this European community was fashioned in such a way that countries that form, I think they have about 15 countries, Germany, Italy, and about 15 countries. Now, they had to attain some level of development before they were able to come together. Even coming together does not mean that they forsake, or they will, how can I use the English word? That is, they will leave their sovereignty and then become one. No, Germany is a sovereign state. Italy is a sovereign country. Spain is a sovereign country. Every country has its laws and all that. But when it comes to trade, when it comes to movement, then this is where we Africans, we don't understand. We can trade among ourselves. I'm living here in Germany. I have a EU passport. The EU passport states that I'm an Italian. Now, if I come here and within 6 months, if I come to Germany, within 6 months, I'm not able to find any work to do, then I should go back to Italy. You cannot just move and go and stay somewhere just like that. You cannot just say, oh, I'm suffering from fever, so the medicine in Italy for fever is not so strong, or it's not so effective, so I'm going to Spain because the medicine there is quite better than what we have in Italy. No, if I go to hospital in Spain, I'll be treated as a foreigner and I'll be asked to pay because I don't contribute to the economy in Spain. So I'll be asked to pay as a private patient. Whilst maybe in Italy I will not pay anything. But what do we see in Ghana or this so-called Ecowas? Ghanaians, I don't think even Nigerian, how do you call it, Togolese and Benin and the Ivorians, they will give that sort of free way of doing things to other Ecowas region, to Nigerians. It's only Ghana that these people have taken us so cheap, because our leaders, they don't care about our sovereignty. They don't care about the citizens. They don't care about the welfare of Ghanaians. And so anybody just comes in just like that, and he does whatever he likes. He goes away. If he wants to stay, he just stay. And that is all. It's only in Ghana that you see this. You can't go to Togo and do that there. Togolese are, I think, 2 million or 3 million or something like that. I don't know the exact population. But just a small distance. They won't allow you to do that. You can go there, okay, 90 days as a tourist, you go. But if you want to trade, the laws are there. You have to follow the laws. You have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to follow the laws. If not that, why should Nigerians jump 2 borders, jump Benin, Togo, and then come to Ghana? Somebody will say, oh, because of the language. Well, the language
Yeah,
might be.
to them is because of the language barrier. That's what they say.
Are they not the people who usually say, oh, the Benin and how do you call it, Togo, they are the same? We have Yorubas, the Yoruba, you have some part in Nigeria and some part in Benin. So if you go there, the local language is even more favorable. Yeah, it's like me going to, or Ghanaians going to Ivory Coast. You go there, if you speak in Zma, you can get even local language, the Twi, you can speak Twi. Or a Voltarian, somebody from Volta region going to Togo. It's the same thing. So why I know that they are not giving them chance there. It's only in Ghana. They are not giving them chance there. Yes, that's the truth.
So, who do you think benefits from Ecowas the most when it comes to the Ecowas member states?
The Nigerians. Now, let's take our markets, the local markets, for example. It looks like these people are pushing us out from our own markets. They will import goods, bring it to our local markets, and they come there, reduce the prices, and they sell, because now the cedi is even much higher than the naira. And so if they buy something like maybe 10 naira, a product, let's say a bottle of water, 10 naira, they come to Ghana and sell it maybe, how do you call it, 5 cedis. They gain. Meanwhile, water produced in Ghana, if you take the taxes, your workers and all that you pay, probably you cannot sell it at 5 cedis. You may have to sell it at 6 cedis or 7 cedis. And they will come there and sell their cheap products. They go, they make money, they change it, they get more naira there, and they win. And so Ghanaians are at a loss. We are losing because of this ECOWAS. And we are losing because of our leaders. The ineptitude of our leaders is causing us to so much. Now, we were saying we want democracy. People were fighting military rule, fighting Achampon and all that. And so our politicians, the civilians, they were fighting the military men to come and bring us to this level, to come and sell us to Nigerians. Is that what they were doing? Is that what the agenda that they have? I don't think under military rule they would have given these people chance to be doing what they are doing in our country. It's too much.
Okay, so yeah, quite recently, President MAHAMA made a statement, and this got some Ghanaians, talking here and there. I think from what I know, majority of them, like, it didn't sit quite well with majority of Ghanaians. And,
what was that?
Yeah, so I want you to watch this and let me know what you think.
Okay.
To mark this moment and strengthen regional bonds, Ghana is offering 1,000 scholarships to tertiary students from across the Ecowas sub-region to study in our universities. This is not just a gesture, it is an act of solidarity. It is a bridge to a future where our young people will grow up seeing each other not as foreigners, but as partners. Excellencies, look at 50 years, let unity and solidarity lead us Let that be our guide on how we respond to insecurity, how we manage our diversity, and how we build our prosperity together. ECOWAS must remain a forum for listening. It must be a space for healing, a home for visionary African-led solidarity and diplomacy. Ghana reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the ECOWAS vision and to the values of dialogue, peace, and partnership that sustain it. Long live ECOWAS, long live West African solidarity. And I thank you for your kind attention.
Okay. So,
Well,
what didn't sit well with some Ghanaians was the part where he brought in the 1,000 scholarship for ECOWAS member states.
How can
about that?
How can this sit well with Ghanaians? How can it sit well, my brother? Now, in my opening statement, I said the seeds of our downfall as indigenous Ghanaians was sown on the day Dr. Kwame Nkrumah stood at Polo Grounds and declared that Ghana's independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. This thing has become so embedded in our mind that we tend to forget our needs as a people, and then always think about other people. Now, Mr. Mahama, the president, comes from the north. How many northern children has the opportunity to go to school that he is offering these 1,000 scholarships to children of other nations? How many children in the north, how many of our brothers and sisters in the north have this opportunity to go to school or have the opportunity for good health care that he is offering every year, offering 1,000 scholarships to children of other countries? In our language, we have a proverb that says, "Ye fi ansani akwakoya abontin suni." And yet, na omani emre. Ghana is a third world country. Even we go to borrow money from Chinese and other international organizations to come and run our economy. And this borrowed money, you are going to offer a part of this borrowed money to pay the school fees or to educate nationals of other countries. Meanwhile, where Mahama comes from, there are children there walking barefoot. They cannot even get access to good drinking water. Is this not stupidity?
Let's mind our words, please.
Okay, sorry. But how can this sit well with us? How can it sit well with Ghanaians? The whole country is in a mess. Look at our infrastructure, the roads. Now, if you leave Accra to Kumasi, I don't know the kilometers, it will be about, let's say 200 kilometers or 300, let's say 300 kilometers. Now, here in Germany or here in Europe, 300-kilometer journey will take you 2.5 hours. If you are driving at, let's say 120 kilometers per hour. The speed limit on the roads here in Germany, on the highways, you can go any speed that you want, unless it is stated. So if you want to go 250 kilometers an hour, you can go. But in Italy, it's up to 120 kilometers per hour. So a 300-kilometer journey should not take you more than 3 hours. So let's say from Accra to Kumasi is 300 kilometers, which should take you 3 hours. Now, Ghanaians should come and tell me how many hours it takes them to travel from Accra to Kumasi. Look at our roads. Yes, from your home to where you work, how many hours does it take you to drive there? And you are offering 1,000 scholarships to children, whilst your roads are not good. There are no medicine in your how do you call it at the hospitals. We don't have good, yes, in the hospitals. No access to health care, good drinking water. We don't have it. In the north, some of our people are suffering from this how do you call it, guinea worms and other things. And all what we know is to make good face. We call it good face when we were going to school, just to portray our country as being the how do you call it, the maternity, the maternity ward of Ecowas, of the West African sub-region. How can it sit well with Ghanaians? It's not good. It's not good. Like I said, my children don't have a place to sleep. Then somebody comes to visit me, and I push my children out from that sitting room to the street, and I tell them, "Oh, you come in and come and enjoy the place of my children." No white man would do such a thing. I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I think we've already exhausted all the time, and there's going to be a continuation. So, Mr.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Asante, please, if you have any, last words you want to tell the audience,
Well, I'll make an appeal, appeal to all good Ghanaians, good loving Ghanaians, both young and old, whoever loves the country. Ghana is for us, Ghanaians. We have only one Ghana. We Ghanaians, we don't have any place to go. It's only Ghana. And so if we think that something is going on in the society which is not good, and we will not come out to actually, how do you call it, correct the wrongs, we will sit down and fold our hands, then there's not going to be any future. So I will appeal to every Ghanaian to rise up. First, defend your space, defend your town, defend your district, defend your region, and defend the country. If we don't take care, we shall be pushed out. In 20 years' time, we will go down and Nigerians will overpower us. And so this should never happen. Now, what is happening in the country, if it should go on, I don't know what I should tell my family. Whether they should go to Ghana or they should find somewhere to relocate. I don't know. But how can I come here, work so hard? The time comes for me to go to Ghana and have my peace there. And then I will go there, somebody, you'll be afraid to walk out. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Sorry that I'm extending this thing. When I was growing up in Tema, I think you know the Sakumono area there where the Nautical College is. The Nautical College and the Sakumo where we have the community 3 now. You see the beach there is a bit flat like that. So when I was growing up, sometimes we go there with our friends and our girlfriends, 17, 18, 19, that kind of thing, between 17 I think 70, 78, and 83, 84. We will go there with our girlfriends and we sleep there the whole night. So in the morning when the fishermen, they are coming from Sakumono, the Sakumono village. That time it was a fishing village, not that it has been developed now.
Yeah.
So when they are coming, when they are going to the fishing, some of them, when they come there, they will see us asleep on the beach. So they will fetch some of the seawater and throw it on us, and then we will just awake and then we go home. Now we should ask ourselves, can you do that nowadays without being killed?
Dare not
It's
try.
not far. Yes, sleeping outside. How many times I did it with my friends, and sometimes our girlfriend. No, when you are growing up, you cannot take your girlfriend to your house or something like that. So if you go there, you are going to be they will rebuke you. So to enjoy yourself or something like that, you go there with cloth, we take some sticks there, you make some makeshift, how do you call it? And then you stay inside and you enjoy yourself. You stay at the beach there, you eat, life was very, very good. But not so far. How many years now? 30, 40, something years. 70s, 80s. We slept at the beach. Can you do that now in Ghana? You can't do that because they will come and kill you.
You can't.
And so, please, my fellow Ghanaians, let's actually stop this MPP, MDC party matters and sit down and then defend the country, because the road the country has taken is bad. It's too bad. So we must actually be up and be doing something, please. And then I'll greet my fellow brothers and sisters, Apex citizens of Ghana. I greet all of you. You are doing a wonderful job. Let's continue doing what we are doing, and I think we shall win by God's grace. God is on our side. Truth is also on our side. We live in our country, and so we should not be afraid. Like our motto, citizens should not be afraid. And so we must fight and move on till we win the battle. So thank you, Mr. Rush, and God bless you for the wonderful work.
Thank you very much. And thanks to every viewer who was, able to watch up to this point. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Please share the video, and let us know what you think in the comment section as well. It's very interesting going through the comments. Let us know what you think. And if you want to join the Apex, it's on the screen. Please, you just send a WhatsApp message to the screen, and we take it up from there. And if you want to feature on the Hard Talk show, take the number as well. Let us know. Let us know if you want to feature on the program as a guest, and we'll see what we can do. So thanks for your time, Mr. Asante. Thank you so much. And shout out to every Apex citizens of Ghana, member out there, and every true patriotic Ghanaian out there. We do this for God and country, for the love of the nation. So we don't do this with hates or some kind of negative mentality, but we do this for the love of the country. That's what you need to know. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys. Stay safe. Peace out.
God bless you.
Bless you too.